So hey guys, what's going on? It's Paul with another weekly video. So in this video, I want to talk about stress. I want to talk about anxiety, about worry, and how you can control it. So typically what normally happens is we forget to clear headspace. And what that means is we have so much stress, so much anxiety, so much worry build up. And that build up of stress and worry and anxiety leads to us having a short temper. It leads to anger. It leads to feeling unfulfilled. It also leads to depression and sometimes even breakdowns as well. So if you cannot deal with the stress, the anxiety, the worry that you have on a day-to-day basis, it's going to have an impact on your overall life. Now, a great example of that as well is if you're dealing with a lot of stress, dealing with a lot of anxiety, your decisions that you make aren't going to be the best that they can be, because you're coming from a place of worry, a place of stress, a place of anxiety. So the decisions that you make typically are the wrong ones. But when you clear that stress, when you clear that worry, that anxiety, you start to make better decisions. And it's all through clearing your headspace. Now, there's so many different studies, but typically the average man, the average human will have 70,000 thoughts a day. That's 70,000 thoughts a day. Think about that for a minute. So every single day that you live, you're going to have roughly 70,000 thoughts within that typical day. Now, how busy is your mind from all of those thoughts? So if a high percentage of those 70,000 thoughts are stress, if they are stressful thoughts, if they are worrying thoughts, if they're anxious thoughts, then that's going to create a person who feels unfulfilled and a person who feels depressed. But if at the majority of those thoughts you can manage them better and they're not stressful, they're not surrounded by worry and they allow you to feel fulfilled, then you're going to be in a much better place. So when it comes to stress and anxiety, typically it's because our minds are way too busy, especially nowadays as well. We have so many distractions from silence. And a lot of people that have a very busy mind and have tons of stressful and anxious thoughts are afraid of silence, and they distract themselves. They distract themselves from watching Netflix, from watching TV, from scrolling through their Facebook newsfeed, from Twitter, from social media, from the news, just always trying to keep busy because they're afraid of silence. And the reason they're afraid of silence is they're afraid of the thoughts that they're having. And if you can relate to that, it's very important that you take control of this and you start to deal with the stress, the anxiety, and start to deal with your thoughts as well. Now, I want you to do a quick exercise just to show you how important this is. So I'm going to tell you to do it. I want you to then stop the video, do it, and then restart the video again. So firstly, what I want you to do is close your eyes, and for 30 seconds, okay, you're going to simply count the amount of thoughts you have. So it can be anything. You might think, what the hell is this guy doing? This is so weird. Someone's going to walk in the room in a minute. What shall I have for dinner? All of these thoughts are going to arise, and I just want you to consciously count them. So just 1, 2, 3, however many thoughts you have within that 30 seconds, just count them, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say go. I'm going to pause this video, but I'm going to keep it running for 30 seconds. Then you're going to hear me say, and stop. And then that is when you can stop, and that's when you know how many thoughts you've had. So we're going to start the clock now, 30 seconds, go. And stop. So that was 30 seconds of eyes closed, counting how many thoughts you had. How many thoughts did you have? Some, because I've prepped you as well, it may not be as many as you might have had if we didn't do this exercise, but did you have more than 10 thoughts? Did you have more than 20, more than 30 thoughts? I've done this with clients who have had, more than one thought a second from doing this exercise. And the idea of this exercise is to really see how busy your mind is. If you're having so many thoughts that you're consciously aware of by just closing your eyes for 30 seconds in silence, then your mind is extremely busy, and you need to, do some form of exercise, which I'll give you in a minute, that will quieten your mind. Now what I want you to do is really simple, the same thing again. We're going to do it exactly the same, but this time I want you to just focus on your breathing. So just focus on your in-breath and your out-breath. Another thing that I want to make clear as well is don't breathe from your chest. So many people breathe from their chest, and that is what's called a shallow breath. And you probably don't even know you're doing it, because breathing is something that you do naturally. So a shallow breath is typically when your chest will rise and then your chest will deflate. So what I want you to do in this instance is I want you to breathe deeply. I want you to breathe from your stomach. So that's a deeper breath. So you should see your stomach rise, and then you should see your stomach deflate. I want you to breathe in for, roughly 6 seconds, breathe out for 7-8 seconds. And that's all I want you to do this time. 30 seconds, just eyes closed, focus on your breathing. Ready, go. And stop. So hopefully that time round you felt more relaxed. Your thoughts weren't as busy. How many thoughts did you count in the last time you did it? And because I probably told you to focus on your breathing, you probably wasn't even counting the amount of thoughts that you had, which is good. So you probably had less thoughts the second time round. And that just goes to show you that the one thing that we all do, everyone does, and we do it so naturally, can have a huge impact on relieving the stress, relieving the amount of thoughts you're having, and having a clearer headspace. So one thing that I want you to do, and this is what I do and I recommend to everyone, is when you feel stressed out, when you feel anxious, when you feel worried, just turn your attention away from those thoughts and turn the attention to your breathing. It could just be 3 deep breaths in a situation where you're really stressful, and focusing on that breathing, and then those 3 deep breaths are going to allow you to clear your mind and also relax you. So then when you're relaxed, you can then make better decisions. You're less stressed, you're less anxious, you're less worried. So then that allows you to make better decisions moving forward. If someone's really annoyed you and you're having an argument with someone, before you break temper, have some time out, focus on your breathing, even if it's just 1 deep breath, and then make the decision of what you're going to do next. So stress and anxiety and worry is something that you can control. And another thing that I want to end this video with is responsibility. You are purely responsible for your thoughts. Now, don't allow your thoughts to control you. You need to start to control your thoughts. You need to be more aware of the thoughts that you're having. Everyone, plays victim. Everyone says, but I'm this, I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm in this job that I hate because, I'm not as lucky as other people. That's bullshit. That is just crap. Like, you are in complete control. You are completely responsible for your thoughts, for the situation that you're in right now. And once you realize that, it's easier to take control of your life and move forward. So start to take control of your thoughts. Don't allow your thoughts to control you. And remember, to clear the stress, to remove the anxiety and the worry, focus on your breathing and just know that everything is down to you in terms of change. Hopefully you enjoy this video, a little bit different to what I normally do. But this is an exercise that I do with a lot of my clients, and also as well as something that I do regularly. Now, what you did in that exercise, if you did it, was meditation. And it's something that I recommend that you try and do daily, whether it's only for a few minutes or whether it's 10 minutes or 15 minutes a day. There's plenty of ways to do it. And I thought that meditation was for hippies. I thought that meditation was for strange people, and it only worked on a certain amount of people. But in reality, all it is taking time out. It's just sitting in silence or taking some form of, quiet time, focusing on your breathing, being aware of your thoughts, feeling more relaxed, and then going ahead with your day. So typically, you know, you might want to do it in the morning, in the evening, whenever you can fit 10 minutes in, go ahead and do it. There's a really good phone app called Calm. There's another phone app called Headspace. And also on YouTube, there's tons of visualization and tons of guided meditation, which will help you get started. So that's my top tips for relieving stress, relieving anxiety. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment below as well. And just for saying thank you for watching this video, you can get the free ebook, which is called Man Up or Man Down, and you can download that from clicking the link below, or you can go directly to my personal website, which is www.pmcgregor.com. Have a great day, guys, and I will see you soon.